Like, follow, subscribe. It's easy to get caught up in the world of social media as so many of us turn to it for laughter, joy, and our news. But how far is too far when it comes to aimlessly scrolling? Let's take a break from our phones and meet the author encouraging people to explore life beyond the likes. We have founder and author Isa Watson joining us this morning. Hi, Isa.
Hi, Desiree. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to have you on again. And I wanted to ask you, just kicking things off, why is social media so addicting and something that's prominent in so many people's lives?
We've built these passive habits around what we're consuming, and social media started out as a connection platform, but it's evolved into a consumption platform, and it has powerful algorithms meant to keep us on. And so, what we end up doing is we end up consuming everyone's perfected highlight reels, and then internalizing that and comparing it to our real messy lives.
I like that you pointed out social media, people's perfected highlight reel. So tell us what inspired you to write Life Beyond Likes.
Well, because I was one of those people who was living in that perfected highlight reel. I was this, Wall Street hotshot in my 20s, getting award after award. And I got so fixated in what my personal brand online was because that was just what people were feeding into. My parents sponsored a bus trip because to visit college every year. This particular year, the best friend off a straight road ejected both my parents, and my dad didn't survive. And so when I hit rock bottom, I realized that I had completely underinvested in my real life in lieu of this branding thing online that I was going for.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided I was never going to live my life in that way again. And I was going to live my life beyond the likes.
I like that. And I mean, you kind of pointed it out, but social media is a regular part of our everyday lives. How can we gain back some control on how we engage with social media?
Well, I think part of it is being intentional about, our joy centers in life. People oftentimes say, hey, I really want to invest a lot of time in this romantic relationship, but then they kind of neglect their friendships and think that they should just happen. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you think about intentionality, we're manning our calendar. What about manning your calendar to include friendship dates every week? I actually date my friends all the time. I understand their love languages, and I think it's a really important of the human experience, but also just building boundaries. I don't go to sleep with my phone. I don't wake up and get on social media because in a world of scarcity, as Dr. Brene Brown says, we're always thinking about what we didn't achieve or how much sleep we didn't get. I can't be on social media in that time. And so I think it's, having the right boundaries, but investing in your joy centers as well. I'm a professional skydiver. I can't skydive and be on social media. And so what do those joy centers look like for you?
Yeah, and I like that you pointed out making dates to hang out with your friends because it's so easy. Even I say it myself, like, oh, sorry, life got on the way, got busy, and we just pick up where we
Right.
left off. But if you actually are intentional about making those plans to hang with them, I think it's good to, like you say, create those boundaries and make time for things that are important for you. So, why is it important that we encourage children to partake in this as well?
Well, the Surgeon General actually just came out and said 2 weeks ago that 13 is too young for kids to
Mm-hmm.
be on social media. And then there was a UPenn study recently that revealed that, there's unprecedented levels of anxiety in adolescents caused by social media, and they have unrealistic expectations of what they should look like, achieve, and
Mm-hmm.
what they should own. So when you look at the health of a child and their own development, it's really important that they learn to tap into their own lives and that they don't use social media as the grounded foundation for which they're building their lives, which is easy to do when you're on social media from such a young age.
Yeah, and more in your book. Please discuss how a real passion of yours is bringing joy back into your life and finding joy IRL in real life, life beyond the likes. What's the new framework you suggest we tap into if we are on our own happiness journey?
I have one word for you, Desiree.
Okay.
One word, and that's experiment.
Mm.
A lot of times we take other people's joy playbooks and we say, oh, this person loves to golf. Oh, this person loves to travel. I'm going to do that. Oh, I didn't quite like it. So maybe I'm just not going to find the joy. No, you have to experiment and see what brings you joy the most. For me these days, it's really skydiving. I skydive at least once every few weeks, and it's my meditative center. But I think that people have to be patient and kind of understanding literally what is going to bring them joy in a way that's unique to them.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you are skydiving. We're looking at some of the footage right now. You are a true rock star for doing that. Why is it important that we take those moments to what you're continuously encouraging that we do? Life beyond the likes, going out there, experimenting, and enjoying things outside of social media.
Well, a lot of people will tell you when you have honest conversations with your friends, the stats on loneliness and depression are at an all-time high. But when you anecdotally have conversations with your friends, you see that as well. We've gotten so used to living our lives just right here in our phone all the time. And what that's done is that's kind of disconnected us from our real life. And quite frankly, I think the world is void of joy right now. I think that, we're so caught up in the caught up. We're so caught up in like what other people are doing and what other people's perfected lives are. And then with, social media in general, there's added sense of inadequacy when
Yeah.
someone is reaching milestones and I'm like, oh, I should have been there already. Oh, I must be behind in line. But
I
you're not, sweetie. You're not behind.
Exactly. Isa, always a pleasure having you on. Congratulations on your debut launch of your book. You can get a copy of Life Beyond Likes at isawatson.com.